Is that a fact?
Yeah.
What up, y'all? It's Cutthroat here with Black Image Entertainment. It's been a while.
It's been a week since we did it together. I'm Holywar007. Y'all might have caught my Thanos Purple Note 9 review. Well, unboxing, not quite review, just unboxing.
So, you got your phone.
Finally.
And what's your initial thoughts?
Right now, I'm loving this Joker right now.
Let's start from the beginning. So, your last note. Which one was your last note?
The last note that I got to physically hold in my hand was the Note 7.
Booyah!
We already know you still got yours. Dude, this is old news.
Hey, but I'm just letting y'all know I'm still using it every day. Hey? Go ahead. So, the last one you really jacked with was the Note 7.
Yes.
Okay, and did you like that phone? You didn't like that phone?
I like that phone quite a bit.
Yeah. I obviously like mine. So you skipped the 8, and now you have your 9. So what are your first impressions?
So funny thing is, when I first pulled this out of the box, I was like, "Damn, this phone's kind of heavy." Like,
Oh, it is. May I see it?
It's got some.
Whoa!
It's got some weight to it.
Yeah, it does have a little weight to it.
So that was my first response. Not a bad response, but it was just like, "Damn, this shit's kind of heavy."
You know what? It's probably the bigger
battery.
Yeah.
What's up?
Okay, so it is obviously heavier. It's definitely heavier than the Note 7.
Oh yeah, even with your heavy case.
And of course, my Note 8. Well,
yeah, what happened with that?
Well,
and your even numbers that you say even numbers is great.
Yeah, Samsung apparently proved me wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
my 8 is no longer charging, and now my Surface just rebooted on its own. Anyway, my 8 is no longer charging, and I've called Samsung for assistance, and they basically said, "Yeah, we know it's a problem. You're still under warranty. Send it to us."
Oh, at least they said, "Hey, send it. We know it's fucked up. Bring it."
Yeah, they said, "Send it to us." And I said, "Well,
I still need a phone."
Yeah, I still need a phone. And they were like, "Oh, yeah.
About that.
Go ask your carrier to let you borrow a phone." I'm like, they ain't giving away no free phones. They was giving away free phones when nobody buy a phone. I'm talking about borrow a phone. But anyway, enough of that. That's not what this video is about.
So what is this video about?
So, your first impressions.
So my first impressions, booting my phone on and getting my information from my old phone was very easy. Just a little time consuming, but I was playing Grand Theft Auto at the time. Since we all know that I'm hooked on that stupid game. Another story, another video, another time. But while I was doing that, I pretty much had my phone set up, mirrored this guy, set up and ready to rock and roll. So a lot of my emulators and things, my Nintendo games were already back on this phone. All my pictures through my text messages and everything were up there. A lot of my passwords followed it across and everything. So once I booted my phone on, all I saw is a crystal clear screen and it running faster than anything I've ever seen before. Like opening screens, playing different games, stuff like that is instantaneous on this guy. And then I started sending pictures, DPs, ladies out there, you get them. Now, so the camera on this phone is amazing. The video on this phone is amazing. So hopefully next week I'm going to shoot some YouTube videos recording with this phone so you can see kind of the difference in the way things work directly from this phone right here. And
we're going to be actually live next week. Is the plan. We plan on being live so that you all can interact with us, while we're doing it, so we could be like right here answering questions, while we're shooting the video. So that's going to become a regular thing from now on.
That's regular?
Yeah, that's going to be regular.
That's regular.
Yeah.
Are we still going to do regular ass videos too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just make sure. I'm just saying.
So, okay, that's pretty good. Now, let me ask you this. I've been an avid Note user. was really interested in the one. Got very close to purchasing the one, but ultimately I just decided I'm gonna hold out just a little bit longer and wait for the two. So I've had all the notes. I've had all the notes for since the two. So I had the two on Sprint, the three on T-Mobile, the four on Verizon, the five on T-Mobile, and then the seven went back to Verizon, and the eight is on Verizon that's not charging. So what I've noticed is each time I've transferred the photos on the notes, that the picture folders are actually different. They're not labeled the same. So in my note phones, plural, right now, I have several DCIM. Well, actually, yeah. There's DCIM folders, and then when you go to your gallery, I have to go into like these old folders that I don't even use anymore to find like old pictures instead of them all being under one gallery. And even right now on my non-working Note 8, I have two gallery folders, and sometimes brand new photos that I take right live and direct will go in one, other times they'll go in the other. And so I'm frustrated with that. I'm frustrated with Samsung. When I reached out to Samsung with my Note 8 problems, and I was like, look, I only ended up with this phone because y'all kept on blowing up the Note 7. So I think y'all should extend me an olive branch and just go ahead and upgrade me to the 9 since I'm having problems with this 8. And I reported having problems with the 8 3-4 months after owning it. And then he didn't believe me. The Samsung guy didn't believe me. No. But when he got my address so he could ship me back, so he could ship me the shipping label for the 8, then he was like, oh, with your address, I see you did call before on this Note 8 and you have had problems with it. I was like, yes, since the beginning. And so now you are telling me to ship you my phone, just don't send it back. Send me a 9. But he was like, no. So now I'm going with the Google Pixel. With the Google Pixel, the reason I even went on that long rant is because with the Google Pixel, with them having unlimited storage for pictures, my plan is just to put all the pictures up there and be done with it. Have all my pictures under one gallery. Now I know the Google Pixel 2 had the like clicking and popping noises when it first dropped. So I may wait a week. The Google Pixel got announced today. It's going to be released on October the 9th for pre-orders. I don't know when people actually get it in their hands, but at least next week they'll be starting to order it. And I think I'm done with Samsung, man. My only good experience with Samsung has been that Note 4. Well, and the 2. The 2 was love. The 2 was straight love, but
3 was love for me.
3 was garbage for me. And on T-Mobile, it was just a bad situation.
That's because you was on T-Mobile. Squad for life.
But you know what? It wasn't necessarily the service I was having problems with as much as I was having problems with the functionality of the device.
See, the Galaxy S7, that shit gave me that was probably the worst thing I've ever touched before in my life as far as a device. Like, I would have probably almost preferred to have a craptastic Apple phone than having that phone, as many issues as I had on that one device.
So you're an Apple hater?
Not necessarily, no.
See, I carry both phones. So people always ask me, like, which one do I prefer? And I'll be honest, I'll admit it right here on this video. I had an Apple device before I had Android, any Android. My first Android was my Note 2, actually. So by that time, I was already 3 or 4 phones deep into Apple, and I got my first Android. So when I only had Apple, I loved my iPhone. When I got that Note 2, I was like, well, why doesn't my Apple do this? Then I go back to my Apple, and I'm like, well, why doesn't my Android do this? And so now I hate both phones equally. So why are you an Apple hater though? I mean, have you had a history of carrying an iPhone for like a year, 2 years before you?
I had my Apple phone for 4 years. I had rocked Apple for 4 years before I even discovered Android, because I even had a BlackBerry before I went Apple.
Yeah, I had a BlackBerry, and then before I had a BlackBerry, I had a Palm.
I was too young to have phones back then. Just saying.
Well, I had the Trio. I rocked a couple of Trios. I think I started at I think it was a 550, 650, and that 750 was, or was it the 700? But one of them was the truth. I think it was a 750 Palm Trio 750. That one was the truth. And before that, I had a compact phone, a Windows compact phone. That wasn't even the first smartphone. Before that, anyway, we ain't gonna go into all that. I done had way too many phones. But if you rock them for 4 years, then you have a good understanding of that.
I do.
Typically, Apple device, they have a longer history of making phones that work out of the box.
Yes, I'll say they work out of the box.
Okay.
I'll give them that for the device's sake. Yes, it is a solid device. It does what it's supposed to do out of the box, and I will give it that.
Okay, so why the hate?
The hate comes from the connectivity to being able to do different things with it, because Apple's stuff is locked up like Fort Knox. You can't hardly do anything unless you fully jailbreak the crap out of it. And then at that, you lose all the features
that make it an Apple phone. Yeah.
And so at that, you give that up. And so then, once again, the device is not even really an Apple device anymore once you do that. So you kind of lose the whole Apple, mojo out of it. So that's where my thing is. And once I finally got my Note 3, which was my first step into Android, I was like, oh, snap. I can put Kodi. I can put Front Row Sports. I can put all my emulators. I was running PS1 emulators and everything like that directly. At that time, the Bluetooth codec was so open that pretty much any Bluetooth controller, video game controller, you could link to your phone and you can sit there and use that to play games. And so being able to customize your phone to make it completely yours, being able to access your pictures extra easily once you get them onto your phone, rather than be like, oh, the only way you can get them off your phone is if you email them or go to iTunes. And then iTunes is always constantly updating. And if you actually use iTunes, your shit goes slow as hell, because you got 8 million gigs of music, songs, pictures, videos, apps, and everything like that. And so your iTunes is slow. And so you're like, man, all I want to do is archive my pictures really quick. And then, well, you can't do that. And then you're stuck with the only size of the device. Back then, you was only rocking 16 gigs of space.
Yeah, and you were doing good if you had 16.
And that means you spent the money for the bigger one.
Right.
And so at that point, you once you spilled that up, you was trash. And then you had to try and get it off on iTunes, and that was man, shoot yourself in the face, kill yourself.
Which is a good segue. I'm actually having that problem right now. It's a crazy situation. The machine that my iTunes is associated with is actually this machine right here. And so it has a solid state drive in it, which means that it has limited space. Generally, when I get a laptop, I try to upgrade the hard drive or whatever. But this is that unibody one, so you can't add a hard drive because it's basically like a flash drive that's built onto the motherboard. So my iTunes library on this machine is, it made the machine full. It filled up the solid state drive.
Damn.
So, and I know this is going to get complicated, and I try not to make it too long, but the short of it is I tried to copy the iTunes library off of this drive and put it onto a network drive and keep the iTunes connected to that place on the network drive so that I could still sync my iPhone. Mm-hmm. Well, that got fucked. Okay? That got fucked. And
Yep.
basically what's going on right now on my iPhone is the iTunes on this machine lost like almost all of its songs because they got copied over to the network drive. So it started removing it from the music library. So the last time I synced my phone, it started snatching songs off of my phone. So all my playlists right now are fucked. I can't play none of them. I've had playlists. I have transferred playlists from the first generation iPod. I've had the same playlist and I've just been adding to it over time, maybe rearranging it or whatever. But I finally had it to where I wasn't tinkering with it for years. But now all of those playlists are fucked. And there's nothing I can do about it. And actually, I was having that conversation at work today before I left. Damn. Where I was going to, now I'm going to just start streaming my own library from a media server that I host.
Oh, okay.
So I understand your hate. Is basically where I want to go with this. Yeah, I understand your hate.
There were just issues that didn't work for me. That's all I'm going to say. There were just issues that didn't work for me because I like to pull pictures on and off my phone all the time.
Yeah.
I like to pull my music off the phone. And it's just a lot faster and just very easy because you plug your phone in and it's just like a Windows thing. Oh, there's my music. Oh, there it's off. Awesome job. Now I'm going to keep that song there. I'm going to keep that picture. Oh, yeah, I'm going to keep that one. I'll put this one over there. And you're unplugging, you're done.
Did you ever rock a Windows phone? Because I rocked one of those too.
I have not rocked a Windows phone, so I can't speak on that out of experience.
Those are nice. Yeah,
okay.
They're real nice with Windows 10 even, because Windows 10 you plug your phone up and it just, what you want to do?
Yeah, I don't have a device that runs Windows 10. The newest Windows I got is like 8 Black Professional or something like that.
So the last thing I'm going to ask you, I was reading an article this morning actually, and it was asking Note 9 users if they felt that the phone was future-proof.
I feel nothing is future-proof, to be honest. But do I feel like I'm going to rock this phone as long as I rock the Note 3? So going from the Note 3 to the Note 7? I think I will rock this one probably till maybe the Note 12 or so before I'll probably feel like that I have to upgrade it. Unless they drop some crazy feature that you have to have. But mostly over the years, most features aren't enough to make me want to have another basically car note or phone note in this world to upgrade to. So I think the way that it is now, I will be content with it going that far.
Well, so I read one article that's going to burst your bubble.
I know, because what they're adding to the 10, I was looking at that too. But
no, that's not even it. 5G. Basically, all of our phones are about to become obsolete because 5G is coming out. Matter of fact, 5G just dropped in the city last week. And I was actually going to go sign up for it. Really? If you didn't come over, I was going to go sign up for that tonight, actually, because what I want to do is I want to compare it to the fiber that I have coming in the house now and see if I can get suitable services. I'm not expecting to get the same speeds and stuff, but if I can get something suitable to what I have now, it's half the price of what I'm paying now. It's actually a third.
Oh, for the T1 connection or whatever?
Yeah.
So in my house, my Note, I was getting better speeds than I got on my craptastic internet that I have at the house. But I was getting over 100 megabits down. And
okay, that might be a little realistic. Those numbers, you got to be real careful with those numbers over cell towers because there's some logistics that some of these cell towers are actually internet nodes.
Mm-hmm.
So the speeds, and techies, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but the speeds are kind of fudged a little bit when you do a speed test from your phone.
Fair
Because just the way the bandwidths, the band waves and signals that are actually going through the towers, that are actually going back to your phone, it's not as trustworthy as a wire in the back of your computer.
I give it that.
Okay.
But
But that was still good, regardless. If you would have told me you was pulling something like some 500, 600 down, I would have been like, yeah, that's bullshit.
No, I'm telling you.
But it's very possible.
Tell you the numbers. And my home internet, I swiped everything off. I took everything off, and I just had just the phone pulling off of it. I'm supposed to get 50 megabits down. I was getting
15, 20.
Nah, it was in the 30s.
Okay.
It was like 32 with nothing else running.
Oh, so you have cable coming to the house.
I have the Uverse fiber.
Oh, okay.
AT&T for now.
Yeah.
It's better than the clear internet that I had back in the day where I was rocking a whole 6 megabytes down at the fastest.
Okay.
But yeah.
Anything else you want to say in this video?
No, I think that's it.
I think we covered a lot.
Yeah, at this point, I'm very much enjoying my Thanos purple phone.
You got to show us the Thanos purple.
So anyway, I'm rocking purple.
We can't see the purple.
Okay.
We can't see the purple.
You can see the purple with my purple case.
We not looking at the purple case. We want to see the purple on the phone.
You want to see the purple on my phone. Okay, here we go. Slide it right out of this monster. And so once again, this is a Tech 21 case. It's an awesome case. I've been rocking it since my other phone. And that's my Thanos purple. Nice bright purple. Matches the background, as you can see. I got my Thanos purple lightsaber, just like this. I took a selfie earlier, if y'all weren't paying attention, just by using the good old-fashioned saber. So, Mace Windu, Thanos purple, that's where it's at. Black Image Entertainment, this is Holywar007. Get yourself one.
Cut though. Yeah, peace.